Yo, what's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of luxury, but with a twist. We're talking about how Chinese manufacturers are shaking things up, disrupting the established order, and changing the way we think about luxury goods in the United States market. From leveraging the power of TikTok for direct-to-consumer marketing to navigating the complex world of tariffs, we're going to unpack the strategies these manufacturers are using to gain a foothold in a notoriously competitive industry. Get ready to have your perceptions challenged because things are about to get interesting. We're talking about a potential paradigm shift in the luxury market, and it all starts right now. TikTok is a powerhouse in everything these days, right? Chinese factories are using TikTok to bypass the middleman and reach consumers directly. Think about it. Bags similar to Hermes, sandals with that Birkenstock vibe, all at a fraction of the price. The quality and craftsmanship are often surprisingly good. Cutting out the retail markup, they offer products at amazing prices. It's not just about the price, it's about connecting with consumers on a personal level, using TikTok to tell their stories and build trust. It's a new approach to luxury, resonating with a generation valuing authenticity. TikTok is about accessibility, breaking down barriers, saying luxury doesn't have to be out of reach. One of the boldest moves these Chinese manufacturers are making is pulling back the curtain on the luxury industry's production costs. We're talking about videos that break down the actual cost of materials, labor, everything that goes into making those coveted luxury items. Now this kind of transparency can be unsettling, especially for brands that have built their reputations on exclusivity and mystique. Suddenly that $5,000 handbag doesn't seem quite as magical when you realize the production cost might be a tiny fraction of the retail price. But for consumers, this newfound transparency is empowering. It allows them to make more informed purchasing decisions. It forces them to question the true value of a brand name and whether that premium price is really justified. It's about building trust, about saying, look, we're not hiding anything. By exposing the often hidden economics of the industry, these Chinese manufacturers are forcing a much-needed conversation about value, transparency, and what consumers should expect from the brands they support. Let's face it, tariffs and economic uncertainty have become part of the global landscape. But while these factors might seem like obstacles for businesses, some Chinese manufacturers are actually using them to their advantage. Remember those tariffs imposed on goods imported from China? Well, they've had a real impact on the prices of luxury goods in the United States. And guess what? Consumers are feeling the pinch. While established luxury brands are grappling with how to absorb these increased costs, some Chinese manufacturers are positioning themselves as a more affordable alternative. They're able to navigate the complexities of global trade and offer competitive prices, even in the face of tariffs. This strategy resonates particularly well with younger consumers who are more price-sensitive and less likely to be swayed by traditional notions of luxury branding. They're looking for quality, style, and value, and they're willing to explore new options to find it. Chapter 4. The exclusivity equation. When everyone has luxury, is it still luxury? For decades, luxury brands have thrived on exclusivity. That iconic Louis Vuitton monogram, the instantly recognizable Chanel logo, they're status symbols, markers of wealth and aspiration. But what happens when those symbols become more accessible, more ubiquitous? That's the challenge facing the luxury market today. With Chinese manufacturers offering high-quality alternatives at a fraction of the price, the very notion of exclusivity is being called into question. Think about it. When everyone can afford a bag that looks like a Birkin, does the Birkin itself retain its allure? It's a question that's keeping luxury executives up at night. This isn't just about knockoffs or counterfeits. As access to luxury-inspired designs becomes more democratic, the traditional markers of status and exclusivity begin to lose their power. They can either double down on exclusivity, pushing prices even higher and catering to an ever-shrinking elite, or they can adapt, innovate, and find new ways to connect with a consumer base that's increasingly discerning and value-conscious. Chapter 5. The Rise of Quiet Luxury, Understated Style and the Shifting Sands of Status. We're witnessing a fascinating shift in consumer preferences, a move away from the flashy logos and ostentatious displays of wealth that once defined luxury. It's called quiet luxury. and it's all about understated elegance, subtle details, and a focus on quality over conspicuous consumption. Think about the brands that embody this aesthetic: the Row, Bottega Veneta, La Mer. These aren't brands that scream for attention. They whisper. They prioritize craftsmanship, timeless design, and an air of effortless sophistication. And guess what? This shift towards quiet luxury plays right into the hands of Chinese manufacturers. Why? Because they've built their businesses on offering high-quality, minimalist designs at accessible prices. When it comes to quiet luxury, the brand name matters less than the quality of the materials, the attention to detail, and the overall aesthetic. This shift in consumer preferences is forcing traditional luxury brands to rethink their approach. Chapter 6. The New Guard E-commerce Disruptors and the Future of Fashion. The rise of e-commerce has transformed the fashion industry, including the luxury market. New digitally native brands, especially from China, are shaking things up. Brands like Shein, AliExpress, and Temu offer stylish, affordable alternatives. They've mastered fast fashion, appealing to younger consumers. This forces established luxury brands to innovate and connect with online shoppers. Chapter 7. Democratizing luxury, making high-end style accessible to all. One of the most significant impacts of this shift in the luxury market is the democratization of fashion. For decades, high-end style was largely inaccessible to the average consumer. Luxury goods were aspirational, something to dream about, but often out of reach financially. But the rise of Chinese manufacturers with their focus on affordability and accessibility is changing that. Suddenly, fashion-forward designs, once reserved for the elite, are within reach for a much broader audience. This is about more than just saving money. It's about empowering consumers, about giving them the freedom to express themselves through style, regardless of their budget. It's about breaking down the barriers that have traditionally excluded people from participating in the world of high-end fashion. Chapter 8. Transparency is the new luxury, empowering consumers through information. In an age of conscious consumerism, transparency is paramount, and nowhere is this more evident than in the evolving landscape of the luxury market. As Chinese manufacturers pull back the curtain on production costs and markups, they're forcing a new level of transparency upon the industry. This newfound openness empowers consumers to make more informed purchasing decisions. It allows them to see beyond the brand names and marketing hype and evaluate products based on their true value. It's about building trust, about saying, look, we're not hiding anything. Here's what goes into making our products, and here's why we believe they're worth your money. This emphasis on transparency is not just good for consumers, it's good for the industry as a whole. Chapter 9. Competition breeds innovation, pushing the boundaries of luxury. The entry of Chinese manufacturers into the US luxury market is undoubtedly shaking things up. But here's the thing about competition: it breeds innovation. When established players are forced to defend their turf, they're more likely to innovate, to push boundaries, and to up their game. That's good news for consumers, because ultimately this competition translates into better products, more diverse options, and a more dynamic and exciting marketplace. We're already seeing this play out in real time. Luxury brands are experimenting with new materials, exploring sustainable practices, and finding innovative ways to engage with consumers online. They're being challenged to think differently, to evolve, and to prove their relevance in a rapidly changing world. This influx of competition is injecting a much-needed dose of energy and urgency into the luxury market, forcing brands to stay on their toes and deliver exceptional experiences to their customers. Chapter 11. 5 things the average person may not know about luxury goods. As we dive deeper into the evolving landscape of luxury, there are several intriguing facts that might surprise you. Let's uncover 5 things the average person may not know. Firstly, many luxury goods are manufactured in China. A significant portion of luxury items, including handbags and apparel, are produced by Chinese suppliers for well-known brands. These products are then labeled as made in France or made in Italy, sparking discussions about transparency and authenticity in the luxury market. Secondly, direct purchases from Chinese manufacturers may not bypass tariffs. While these manufacturers promote direct-to-consumer sales to avoid retail markups, US tariffs on Chinese imports may still apply. This can make such purchases less economical than anticipated. Thirdly, the quality of these products can vary significantly. Items offered by Chinese manufacturers may resemble luxury goods but often differ in quality, materials, and craftsmanship. Consumers should be cautious, as these items may not meet the standards of the original brands. Fourthly, influencers play a significant role in marketing these alternatives. Platforms like TikTok have seen influencers showcasing products that mimic luxury designs, appealing to a broad audience seeking budget-friendly options. Lastly, luxury brands are responding to this competition by enhancing their marketing strategies. They are focusing on transparency and emphasizing the value of craftsmanship and heritage to maintain their appeal to discerning consumers. Understanding these nuances can help consumers make more informed decisions in the ever-evolving luxury market. Stay tuned as we continue to explore this dynamic industry. Chapter 10: The Future of Luxury. A new era of accessibility, innovation, and value. So, there you have it, a glimpse into the rapidly evolving world of luxury, where Chinese manufacturers are rewriting the rules and challenging the status quo. It's a fascinating time to be a consumer, with more choices, more information, and more power than ever before. The rise of these manufacturers is about more than just offering cheaper alternatives. It's about challenging our perceptions of value, exclusivity, and what it means to own a luxury product. It's about democratizing access to high-end style, promoting transparency, and ultimately, pushing the entire industry forward. Whether you're a die-hard fashion enthusiast or simply curious about the forces shaping the global marketplace, one thing is clear: the future of luxury is here, and it's more exciting, dynamic, and accessible than ever before. Stay tuned for more insights on this evolving industry.